Well, usually it's said that it's better to not close the eyes completely, but leave them open, because closing the eyes can cause dullness and sleepiness. And keeping the eyes open just a little, letting some light in, can help the mind to be more awake and alert and sharp. But you can try. It's up to you to try keeping them open or keeping them closed, and see what works best for you. So be comfortable, relaxed as much as possible, but try to keep your back straight, because that helps the mind to be more clear, alert, awake. And again, you can close your eyes if you prefer, or leave them open a little, which is recommended. And if you do have your eyes open, just have them looking down onto whatever's in front of you, the floor, your lap. And if there are any thoughts in your mind not related to what we're doing, this meditation, put them aside. You can always pick them up again later, but just try your best to keep your mind free of other thoughts, distracting thoughts, so you can just focus on the meditation. So we'll start by visualizing the Buddha in front of us. So he's in space at the level of your forehead, and then 1 or 2 meters away from you. And you can visualize him whatever size you want, life size, or a little bigger, a little smaller, as you wish. But the whole visualization is made of light, transparent, like a rainbow. It appears, it's bright, clear, but not solid. If you tried to touch the visualization, your hand would go right through. So the Buddha is seated on a throne, a seat made of lotus, sun, and moon discs. So there's a lotus on the bottom with the petals spread out flat. And on top of that, 2 discs of light representing the sun and the moon. And actually the lotus, sun, and moon represent the 3 principal aspects of the path. The Buddha sitting on them represents that he has those realizations in his mind. And his body is made of golden light. Again, transparent, clear, pure. He's wearing the saffron-colored robes of a monk. His legs are crossed in the full lotus position. His right hand is resting on his right knee, with the fingers pointing downwards, touching the seat beneath him. His left hand is in his lap, with the palm facing upwards, and that hand holds a bowl, an alms bowl, filled with nectar, medicinal healing nectar that cures our suffering and our delusions. His face is smiling, peaceful. His expression shows compassion and love, unconditional and universal, for every living being throughout the universe. So in the Buddhist mind, there's not the slightest bit of anger, aversion, irritation, impatience, criticalness, judgmentalness. The Buddha looks at every being, that means you and everyone else, with the same kind of compassion and love that a mother or a father has for their little child that they love dearly. And in the Buddha's mind, there's complete dedication, commitment to helping every one of us, all the time, every minute, every second, and forever, as long as it takes until we have reached his state of enlightenment. So he'll never desert us, abandon us, reject us. He'll always be there for us. So do the best you can to have this visualization, but don't worry if you're not able to visualize, or if it's fuzzy, unclear, or incomplete, or appears and disappears. That's normal, because it's difficult to visualize. It takes time to learn how to do it. So just do the best you can and be content with whatever you're able to visualize, even if it's nothing, even if it's just blank. It's actually more important to feel that the Buddha is there, even if you can't visualize him. Try to feel that you are in the presence of one who's fully enlightened, free of everything that's deluded and negative, and fully developed in everything that's positive. Now imagine that from the Buddha's heart comes a stream of white light, and this is actually his mind, his realizations in the form of light. And imagine it's like an internal shower, comes into you and fills your body completely, from the top of your head to the tips of your toes and fingertips, filling all the cells, molecules, atoms, tiny particles. So your whole body is suffused with white light. And this purifies you and your mind of everything that's painful and problematic, all your suffering, all your karma, your delusions. So all the negative things get purified. And if you want, you can imagine them draining out of you, going out of all your pores and openings of your body, sinking into the earth, disappearing there. Try to feel that you are purified. Your body becomes clear like crystal. Your mind becomes calm, peaceful, undisturbed. Next, visualize yellow light coming from the Buddha's heart into you, and again filling you completely down to the cells, molecules, atoms of your body, every part of your body suffused with the yellow light. And the yellow light represents the Buddha's knowledge, wisdom, qualities, abilities. We have the potential to attain these as well. So the yellow light nourishes our potential, our seeds, to have the same knowledge, qualities, and realizations that the Buddha has. Now visualize the Buddha dissolving into you. One way is to imagine that he comes to the space above your head, turning to face the same way as you, and then melts into light, becomes just pure light, like liquid light, which flows down through the top of your head and fills your body completely. Imagine your ordinary sense of I, me, my body, my mind, dissolving, disappearing. This body isn't who we really are. It's just a body that came from our parents, and it's living for a number of years and then it will die. It's not me, it's not who I am. So just imagine your body dissolving into emptiness. And then our mind, our ordinary mind, is also not who we really are. It's full of disturbing thoughts and emotions, karma, confusion, pain, suffering. But that's not who we really are. It's just stuff left over from the past. And it can be purified. So imagine your ordinary mind with all those disturbing thoughts and emotions also dissolving into emptiness. But there's still a mind there that understands emptiness, that's pure and has the potential to reach enlightenment and be just like the Buddha. Now imagine that mind appearing in the form of the Buddha. Just like you visualized before in front of you. But now it's where you are. A body made of golden light, transparent, pure, sitting in the full lotus position, wearing the saffron robes of a monk. Right hand on the right knee, the earth touching gesture, the fingers touching the seat beneath you. Left hand in your lap, holding an alms bowl filled with nectar, medicinal healing nectar. Your face having an expression of compassion, pure, unconditional compassion and love for all beings throughout the universe, without any prejudice, without excluding anyone. Deeply and truly caring for every living being, just the way a mother cares for her little child. So just do the best you can to have this visualization, but again, don't worry if it doesn't appear clearly or it doesn't appear at all, if it's just dark, blank. At least try to feel that it's there. This body, this pure body of a Buddha is there where you're sitting. And see if you can have this sense of divine identity. I think this is I, this is me, this is who I am, my real nature. So, a tantric practitioner will do this kind of practice again and again and again and again. And the mind, the appearance, the visualization will get better and better and better, with practice. And the mind just gets more and more familiar with this practice, more and more familiar with the sense of me. This is who I am, this is how I am. Especially if you're in a retreat situation, that's the most ideal situation. You don't have to go to work, you don't have to drive on the freeway, you don't have to, do the ordinary things. So if you're in a retreat, then, your mind will be less disturbed and you can really focus on your practice. So you can probably imagine if you did this, day after day, month after month, year after year, then after a while, this becomes your reality. This becomes your sense of I, sense of me, who I am. I mean, of course, you still have to do the other practices like meditating on emptiness and building up your merit, your positive energy, and doing purification and so on. But they say that, in time, over time, this becomes your reality and it really transforms your mind. If you can probably get a sense of that, So that's just to give you some idea, some taste of the practice of deity yoga. But you can probably also see some difficulties, some challenges, some obstacles. I'll talk about those a little bit after. Maybe we could have another break now. 15-minute break, and then we have one final hour.